the sixth class. Okay. Let's. Today's class is about discussing exercise questions of 14.1 and examples, and some questions of exercise 14.2. Coming down to the before exercise 14.1, we have an activity asked to do. Okay. The activity is, if you are physically present, divide the students of your class into 4 groups. Allot each group the work of collecting one of the following kinds of data. What is that work? Data collection, heights of 20 students of your class. So one group will be asked to do heights of 20 students. They have to collect and record it. Next, number of absentees in each day in your class for a month. Third, number of members in the families of your classmates. Fourth group, heights of 15 plants in and around your school. Now, you need to tell me which is primary data and which is secondary data, and why if it is primary, how it is secondary if it is secondary. Have you understood the questions? So, first I will ask one by one. Heights of 20 students you are recording, you are collecting, maybe a group, let's say a group having Abhishek in that group, 5503, first boy of 8th B section. Abhishek, is this primary data or secondary data?
Is primary data.
How? Abhishek,
Because it
how?
is directly collected, sir, because it is directly collected by us, sir.
Okay, good. First, you are collecting directly from which source? That also matters.
Okay.
Are you collecting on your own from the students or from the recorded? Maybe going to MI room, there will be personal records of the children. From that, are you collecting? Are you collecting from the students and measuring them in the class itself on the spot?
Yes, sir.
So, are you getting the difference? Primary data, if I am calling, are the person who is in the need of the data is collecting, that also matters. And from which source you are collecting, that also matters.
Okay.
You can go to MI room and collect the data which are there recorded. Then it becomes secondary, na? Are you getting the logic there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is first one. Now, section, I think 8th Chandru is first boy. Now, second one. Number of absentees in each day in your class for a month you are asked to that record. Now, how will you collect the data? Is this a primary data or a secondary data?
Sir, primary data, sir, we will see in Google Meet in this meeting and we will write.
Okay. Keep thinking. That's what I wanted you to think. Is it primary or secondary? You said primary. And you are reasoning like you are watching number of students present and recording. Okay.
Okay. Sir, by attendance also we can see.
Yes, by attendance, Kanish. Now, please turn off mic somewhere. Somebody is turned on. Yeah, Bharat, it seems. Now, see, children, if you are watching a book and collecting from that source, it is recorded by somebody else, maybe a class teacher, then it becomes a secondary data. If you are doing on your own, from the day of submitting today up to the 15th of October, 1 month after from today onwards, if you count, then it is a primary data. If it is of last month, 15th August to 15th September, it's a definitely secondary data. Are you getting the situation there? How it differs? If you are collecting from absentees, number of absentees from the attendance book recorded from the secondary source of data, it becomes secondary data, right? Then third one, who is the first boy of section C? Who is the first boy of second section C?
Lakshman.
Lakshmana. Idana Huduga, Lakshman Iga? Is he there in the meeting? Are you there, Lakshman, in the meeting? No. Who is the second boy of the section C?
Sushant.
Sushant Alial. Are you there, Sushant? Sushant?
Yes, sir, he is there.
Sushant, are you able to hear me? No. Okay, who is the third boy of section C?
Sir, I will say, sir.
If Aisha, if anyone, okay, let me go for Kanishk only. Kanishk, tell me what is the...
Sir, there will be records in office, sir. How many members of family are there, sir, of classmates?
Then it is
Secondary data, sir.
But if you are asking from your own friends, collecting it, how many stays in your house, what is the age of them, gender and age, like that, like a census. It's a census, right? You will go to the student or you will go to your friend, you will collect the census, then it becomes a primary data. Is it clear?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, sometimes there will be some function and in school they will ask how many parents will come with you.
Yes.
To what that
Yes.
that principal get, it will be secondary data, na, sir.
Yes, if it is recorded from the already present in records. If it is collected from the already recorded content, okay, then it becomes secondary. If you are collecting from those books. क्या हुआ सुशांत अलियाल? Why are you crying? आप तो बातचीत नहीं कर पा रहे हैं.
Sir, he is telling you, he is speaking, sir, but his voice is not reaching you, sir.
अरे बाप रे, हमको तो सुनाई नहीं पा रहे ना.
Sir, it is that microphone problem, sir. His.
अच्छा, ओके सुशांत, तो रोना मत,
Sir,
रोना
please,
मत. Okay, now fourth one, Shibam Raj. Hey up, Shibam Raj. Shibam. Again, Shibam.
Yes, sir. Can I tell, sir?
Shibam, are you able to speak?
Uh,
Heights of 15 plants in and around your school. What type of data it is?
sir, primary data.
Okay, what's new? Bug fixes.
Sir, it can be both, sir. That on tree, that like metallic something is attached, sir, by number, that will be mentioned in one.
But it is a number of trees. I'm not asking number of trees.
Sir, height of tree, it is what they will tell, sir, primary data, sir.
Sir, it
Very
will be
Because
primary
you-
data.
Sir, no one will
Yes, sir. Primary data, sir. Primary data.
Why? Because suppose if you have recorded 1 month early, the height
It will
will definitely not the same because it has grown for 1 month now. Now
Sir,
new
and
data
there
will
is
come
no
now.
sir,
Sir,
and
but
there
it
is
will record now, no, sir.
not there
Yeah.
of recording, so no one will record, sir.
In our school, yes, heights of trees. Also, normally we won't record. Okay, is it clear to you now? And you ask,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
height of 20 students might have grown, na, sir, from the book to, from the MI room to now. Maybe I am taking after 6 months, 7 months. Obviously, then it becomes primary data. See, remember from where you are collecting and from the direct source you are collecting or from the secondary source you are collecting. That also matters. And you
Means
need to
what
have a
we are
common sense
studying.
used there and properly analyzed. Okay. क्या हुआ सुशांत जी left the meeting. Okay, let's go for the exercise 14.1.
The data which we are studying is secondary data, no, sir?
Yes, when we collect from the secondary sources, it becomes secondary data, and if it is collected by the second, like the not the party who is required, okay, then it is secondary data. Normally क्या होगा, आप research कर रहे हैं कोई लड़का, और research करने के लड़का, he will finds from the Google some data and he collects it, or he goes in the search of the direct source and he goes and collects the data, and he will survey through somebody that also he collects. So he will have 3 to 4 varieties like questionnaires, and he collects data not only from the primary, secondary also he collects, and primary also he collects. So to come at a right picture. So here now height of trees is recorded as on today. It is primary data recorded by you for a particular purpose. It's primary data. But how many students were absent in the school, in the class? That is from the attendance book you are collecting. It is secondary data. Okay. Now,
Sir, if we only make that attendance book, then sir.
you are making an attendance book, Piyush, and from today 15th September to till 15th October, if you make, then it is primary data. You are collecting it. For a month, you are collecting from today onwards. But from 15th August to September 15th, it is past data. You will not have that absent is coming unless until you refer the book. Are you getting it, Piyush?
Yes, sir.
ये
Got
प्राइमरी
sir.
बनेगा जब आप करते आज से शुरू होके 15 अक्टूबर तक. अगर 15 अगस्त से 15 सितंबर तक आप अगर आप देख रहे तो तब बन जाएगा वो सेकेंडरी. सो कहां से कलेक्ट कर रहे और कौन कलेक्ट कर रहे वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होगा टू डिसाइड प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी. नाउ give 5 examples of data that you can collect from your day to day life. अब मैं 4-5 एग्जाम्पल दिया ना, वैसा आप 5 एग्जाम्पल्स को ढूंढना है कहां पे आप डाटा कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं, किस चीजों में आप डाटा कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं.
Sir, how much water we drank today?
वेरी गुड. 1
Sir, strength of all houses given by the
liters
council.
of water drunk by a student in
Sir,
continuous.
how many pages we wrote today?
How many?
Pages we wrote today.
Okay, number of pages written by a person.
Sir, milk given by the council.
The
Pardon?
temperature.
This is from, okay, one more is Pritam. I can say number of books read so far by the different cadets of your house.
Sir, visiting of all houses.
Hmm?
Sir, walking.
Number of footsteps. Correct, na? That
Sir,
is,
number of
we are
footsteps
talking
walked
about
with
number of
my dog.
kilometers walked by you in continuous days.
How many kilometers we walked?
Yes. Our temperature of different days
How much
in
you
Bijapur.
took?
Sir,
How much
expenditure
can
of
we
this
study?
month.
Number of chapter is
Sir,
taught today.
expenditure of this month, this day.
Good. That is one more very good tally marks. Like, okay, the money
How much time
spent.
studied?
How
Sir,
much
screen
studied.
time of a person.
Screen time, Kirtan, correct. Screen time nowadays it's very essential. Yeah. So these
Sir,
are
calories
all
burned.
examples.
Per day.
Yes, calories burned.
Data used per day.
Yes. These are all examples. Good, good, good. These are all some day-to-day life examples.
Internet
Then
use per day.
afterwards, now classify
Data used
those
by
into
us.
primary and secondary. You have given example, na? Those 5 you have to classify into primary and secondary data.
Primary.
Which is primary, which is second. You have to think correctly. Okay. If it is temperature of the Bijapur in the past 1 week, it is a secondary data. If it is temperature of Bijapur for the future 10 days, sometimes it is secondary. You will collect it from Google. Sometimes it becomes primary. If you take a temperature on your own using the devices, you are recording from your own the device. If you are using a tracker, like a tracker, the tracker, how many kilocalories you burn, how much distance, how many kilometers you have walked in a day, that past data, if you collect it from the mobile, that app,
Step go, sir.
yes, like that. Is it clear? Now, you have to decide which is primary, which is secondary. Next, example number 1.
Sir,
Watch this question we have done already or not?
sir, previous
Sir,
slide.
done, sir. Yesterday only.
Yeah,
Yes, sir, done,
simple.
sir.
Yes. Classify the data in question number 1 above as a primary and secondary, that you will be doing it on your own. Okay, whichever 5 examples you have taken for them. Then this example 1 we have already done yesterday. Okay, we know what it is. It's a raw data, and we know what is a highest score and lowest score, and difference between which is a range. Afterwards, example number 2. Now read the question. And do the work. Okay. Consider the marks obtained out of 100 marks by 30 students of a class 9th of a school. Make it as a frequency distribution table having marks and number of students taking 10 marks. Now, can you do this? And if it is done, it is called frequency distribution table for radar. Okay, 10, I have 1. Okay, and nowhere 10 is there. It's only 1. But when it comes to the 21, and again nowhere is there, it is 1 only. 36, 1, 2, 3, 3 fellows. And then 92. So instead of going for 92, I'll go for 40. Continuous ho jayega. So 40, 1, 2, 3, 4 members. Are you observing what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
here I am making a frequency distribution table for raw data. So 50.
Sir, 50 is 3, sir.
1, yes. 2,
Sir,
3,
unapproved
3.
frequency distribution table.
Yes, this is also called frequency distribution table, but raw data. Frequency distribution table for raw data. Understood? Very important. Frequency distribution table for raw data I did. Now, why I got 40? Because 40 marks out of 30 students, 4 have got. So 4 students are getting 40 marks amongst 30 students. So that's why frequency of 40 is 4. So this way we will do it. So total number of students will come 30. Okay, now next, rest you know how to do it. Example number 3. Now read the question first.
Sir, previous question.
Okay, Kirtan. Yeah, previous question.
Sir, here we can make exclusive frequency distribution table, sir.
Yes, we can make. That also we can make. Okay. How will you make? The minimum score is 10.
Sir, 10 to 20, 20 to 30.
Exactly. Okay. And exclusive, which means continuous.
Sir, inclusive means 10 to 10 to
Continuous. 10
10
to
to
20.
19,
No,
20 to 9.
No. Continuous. Exclusive means continuous without gap. Okay. Inclusive means discontinuous with gap. Okay. Kirtan has asked
Sir,
me
yesterday you
exclusive.
told if a student gets A1 grade, then he scores between 91 and 100, and if a student scores A2 grade, then he scores 81 to 90. If
Yes.
student scores 90.5, sir, then which grade he is, sir?
See, 90.5 will not be considered in final exam when we are giving grades because we round it off
To 91.
to 91. So falls into that automatically A1. Yeah. Tell me, Chandru.
Sir, in exclusive frequency table, upper limit will be excluded, and in inclusive frequency table, both limits will be included, sir.
Exactly. Perfect. Right. Correct. Exclusive means it is continuous. Continuous. That way you remember. Okay. Inclusive means both lower limit, upper limit are included. That is the way it comes. But discontinuous, we remember it as discontinuous with gap. Yeah. Do you know how to do this, Kirtan? Shall I go for the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Example number 3. Read the question and we will do the work. 100 plants. Each were
We will
planted.
make a 10 to 20.
I'm listening
Sir,
to you.
we
Tell
should
me.
make a grouped frequency table, sir.
Exactly. Why should we make a grouped frequency table? Because
Sir, otherwise
Sir,
they are
because they
100
Ah.
They
sir.
quantity is
Now
more,
you
sir.
know the difference now. Suppose if I go for a frequency distribution table of raw data for the example 3, the length of the work you watch, because 100 plants and 100 schools, and here we have 100 scores. Out of 100 scores, maximum is 100 and minimum 50 may come na. Though there are repetition, 30 to 20, 40, 50 rows, number of rows, it becomes bigger. So there, when the data is huge, we prefer of going for, what is that? We prefer for going, understood now? So we go for making a frequency distribution table for group data. Now, see children here, you can watch all fulls, no quarters or no halves, no decimals. So I can do it now inclusive class interval type where 20 to 29, 30 to 39, here is a gap. This is called discontinuous or inclusive class interval type.
Sir, in this we can do inclusive because trees will not be half.
Yes, that's what I said. No? There are no decimals. Number of plants are always fulls. Understood? So I can do it of a type inclusive. Discontinuous, we can do it. Now, here in this inclusive class interval, that is in this discontinuous class interval, as Chandru already said the meaning of inclusive, both lower limit and upper limit are inclusive, included. Okay. Now, all of you do this work, Let us see.
Sir,
95. 95
why do
comes.
you took 20 to 29, sir?
Why do I have taken 22?
29, sir. Why not 20 to 30, 30 to 40?
Here 20 to 30 if I take. That way also no harm. Here inclusive, why I am taking 20 to 29 and with a gap. I am very sure no tree will be in the form of 29 and a half, 29 quarter and all. Correct na? Number of trees will always be full. Either I have 29 trees or I will have 30 trees. In between them, I will not get. Okay. So the
Sir,
moment
and
I.
Yes, sir.
there will be no confusion.
Pardon, dear?
Sir, and by inclusive frequency table, sir, we will not have confusion that which will be excluded, which will be included.
Correct. Correct. And in inclusive class intervals, we won't have any confusion at all. Where 30th tree comes, 30th tree automatically comes here only. Okay, and number of trees will be never be decimals. For that reason, I have taken inclusive class intervals. That is the first important reason. Okay, now will you able to do this table? 95 comes here, 67 comes here, 28 comes here, like that. Will you able to do it, children? Shall I leave it
Yes.
to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I am leaving this work to you and I'm moving on to the, I will post this as a homework for you. Okay. Do it on your own. Then let's move on to the next question. Example 4. Let us now consider the following distribution table, which gives the weights of 38 students. This is the weights of 38 students. Now, tell me, here there is a gap. Sorry. Do we have any weighing machine showing the number between 35 and 36? The
0.5, sir.
digital weighing machine shows that, but the physical weighing machine which you normally have at MI room and all, na, it doesn't show. Correct na? Okay. Digital watches shows correct to seconds, and some clocks show correct to minutes only. Correct na? Digital clocks can show
Yes,
even
sir.
correct to microseconds also. The same way, digital weighing machines will show up to the decimal points, not only up to first decimal place, even up to 4 or 5 decimal places also can show digital weighing machines. Depends on the mission. Now, this is a inclusive class interval, thinking that 31 kgs, 32 kgs, 34, 35, up to there coming under first class interval. Whereas 36 to 40, here it's inclusive. If I want to convert it into exclusive, I have already taught you how to do it. Can you tell me what is the exclusive class intervals for this?
9.5 and 5.5, sir.
9.5 or 29.5 or 30.5
Sir,
Yes, sir.
30.5, 35.5.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
it is lower limit of a class interval. So 30.5 to 35.5, and next will be 35.5 to 40.5, and so on. 40.5 to 45.5, and that so on will come. Is it clear? So
Sir.
Now, tell me, dear, tell me.
Sir, we cannot do 30 to 35, 35 to 40 like that.
30 to 30. You are changing 30 to 35 means 35 to 40 means you are changing the class intervals. Whereas
Okay.
here class size is 5 and obviously the same given inclusive class interval you are converting into exclusive class interval. You are converting given one.
Okay, sir.
Now the moment it changes, maybe number of students, that frequency can also change. Okay. The boy getting 36 kg falls here. A boy getting 35.5 falls here. And if 38 students weights are given based on the digital weighing machine, then we can definitely, this frequency can also change now, because my inclusive class interval changed into exclusive class interval. Okay. And if you change the class intervals, automatically the frequency can also change. And he is showing you without giving 38 students at their weight. He is showing you. Now watch this. After conversion, you see the number of students 9 here, whereas 5 has become 6, where 14 has become, oh, here it is, they have taken 40 students now, not 38. It can be, that means it is 5 only, 14 only, it is 38 only. So here recording how it changes. Then moving on to the exercise 14.2 questions. 14.2. The blood groups of 30 students in class 8 are recorded. Now you have to make the data as a frequency distribution table. Now tell me, what do you get? Do you get groups or do you get the blood group?
We get groups.
Are you going to make as a classes? Are you going to make a class?
No, sir.
No.
No,
Why? Because
sir.
it's not a numerical data, first of all. And I have
Yes.
A, B, O, AB groups only. A group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have got group A 9 members. Whereas B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 members. You know now how to count. Okay. So here you are making groups only. O 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
12, sir,
6,
12.
7,
12.
8. Yes. 9, 10, 11, 12. So
AB3, sir.
and AB is
3.
3. Now 3. AB is 3
Sir,
only.
total is 30 here. Downside it is written 40.
So it is 30. Yes. 30 students.
Is 3.
So yeah, 30 students only. Na? Sorry. 30 students only. So the group.
Sir, where is tally marks?
Now, where are tally marks? Tell me, where are tally marks, Shrikant?
Sir, we
Not
should
made
do
a tally
again
marks.
table.
Sir, we should add one more line.
If we add one more line and make a tally marks, that becomes the one way. And ultimately, you require only these two columns. One.
Sir, instead of that numerical, we can write tally marks, sir.
Yeah, it's up to us. Up to us. See, In class 6th, 7th, 8th, we were in the need of counting and using tally marks. The moment you reach class 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, you may not require. Now you are counting faster than me. You have counted and said.
Sir, in exam,
Correct?
sir, in exam, we need to write tally
Yes,
marks.
you can do this. Not necessary. It's up to us. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th onwards, the frequency matters more than you have to count correctly. That's it. Use tally marks or without the table, the column tally marks, you should count correctly and have frequency correctly.
Sir, answer should be clear.
Yes, frequency correctly if you can find either with the column of tally marks or without that, it's up to you. Is it clear how to do now? And what type of frequency table it is?
Yes, sir.
What type of frequency distribution table it is?
Sir, raw data frequency.
Yes, for raw data.
Fraud.
Next.
Sir, rarest is AB group and common is O group.
You are right. You are right. Correct. So you are now interpreting the table. Now you know how to represent this in a bar chart. You know how to represent this if you want pictograph and what to interpret and all. Now second question, last question of today's. The distance in kilometers of 40 engineers from their residence to their place of work were found as follows. Happy Engineers Day. Today is Engineers Day, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So construct a grouped frequency. Yeah, thank you and all. Construct a grouped frequency distribution table with the class size of 5 for the data given above, taking the first interval as 0 to 5 and 5
Sir,
not
excluded.
yes
Exclusive
5
group.
not included. That means what does that they say?
Exclusive table, sir.
Exclusive. That means how to have the class interval 0 to 5, which is the next
5
one.
to
10 to 15, 15 to 20.
Yes, have you understood now how to do?
Sir, exclusive and discontinue are same, sir.
Yes, both are same. You are right, Piyush. Exclusive is called as discontinuous also. Now you know how to do it now, frequency distribution table. So 5
Yes, sir.
falls into, okay, here, not in the first one. So what comes in 0 to 5? 2, 3.
3, sir.
3. And what else? Here
Sir,
2.
one more 2 is there, sir.
Yes. So only these 5 fellows will come in this frequency distribution table of. Now, Shrikant, here if you want, you can make a tally marks child. The column of tally marks you can make. To avoid confusion, you can make. Okay, frequency distribution table of raw data, it's up to you. But frequency distribution table of group data, you can make. Okay, to avoid confusion. So this work I'm giving as a homework. 2 questions I'm giving as a homework. Okay. Rest exercise 14.1 we discussed, that also you will do it on like in your exercise work. Today I will give only this question number 2 and that as a homework. Do it and show me tomorrow. Okay. Take care. Bye. I'll stop
Bye.
this class today.
Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you. Wish you the same.